very funny guy. He was the first one here and the first one to change his shorts. And that's the number one rule: no more shorts on stage. So give it up for Jin, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for Jin. Give it up for Jin.
The fact that you still have to buy 40s individually is the last thread holding society together.
Yeah!
If you could buy 40s in packs of 6, that would be it. I think that there should be 2 horns on a car. One that says, "You're an asshole," and another that just says, "I'm just going through." Not that it should be my voice, just that the horn should be different, you know. Passive aggression should have its appropriate channels. My therapist would say that's very healthy. Yeah, Missouri's actually, Springfield's actually the 150th largest city in the U.S. Just so you know, I just know that. It's uniquely that. So I was thinking Asians, blacks, Mexicans, Hispanics, natives, you know, and I was thinking, what do all these people have in common? You mate with somebody in your own race, and if you're in one of those 5 groups, your children are going to have the same color hair or the same color eyes that your ancestries had forever, you know? I mean, if not, it's like a miracle, I guess, if you want to call it that. But what about white people? With white people, you can have different colored hair, different colored eyes. It's like a lottery. Now, tell me white people aren't devils. Satan's. Speaking of that, KFC, what do you think of the Colonel, man? I mean, do you think he stole fried chicken and uses it in his business to exploit black people? Or do you think he brought it to us to bring us all together? You know? Food for thought. Or food for exploitation. Yeah, so I really like to know, how many car accidents has ice cream caused since its inception, you know? In my mind, I could just open up a Pokedex of history, and then the Pokedex would just be like, ice cream has been a delightful treat for Americans since the 1800s. Before its inception, ice cream has caused 1,432 car accidents. Before ice cream, roadhead was the major cause. Roadhead, I think, I've had it once before, and it was underwhelming and dangerous. But in 15 minutes or less, that's how long I spent crafting that mediocre roadhead ice cream joke. Yeah, so Brahms, though. I like getting ice cream at Brahms. When you walk into Brahms, it's like you're transported to the 1950s, I feel like. You know, in there, it's all drab. The furniture, it's like you can smell the blood from lunch counter sit-ins. And the ice cream is so reasonably priced. I proselytized to all my friends about 2 double scoop for $1.89, and it's huge. Really, I just feel like the major thing I feel when I walk into Brahms is I feel like if you had enough confidence and went in there and you applied the elbow grease for a good couple years, climbed up the ladder, one day you could become Brahm. Or whoever, you know, just some white schmo with money who can't get it up. That's the American dream. Anyway, so Brahms is great if you're white. Just kidding. Anyway, so yeah, speaking of deviant sexual behavior, I was having sex one day on my bed with a girl, and
No way.
And she was telling me to choke her, and I've heard that before, so I started doing it, you know, squeeze from the sides, and then she started saying, "Choke me harder, it's okay, I'll just pass out, it'll be okay, I'll just pass out." And then, I was suddenly the conductor of a train that I didn't want to be on anymore. And, I don't care how good the train track head was, which it would be pretty good, because it's on a track, so it's more stable. But, I wanted to get off. But she kept scaring me. And, I don't know, I mean, maybe you would have choked her out, but I didn't want the title. So what's the deal with hot dogs? I want you to think about this. When it comes to hot dogs, when's the last time you had a hot dog for a real meal, you know? Think about it, you know, hot dogs make appearances at birthday parties, neighborhood get-togethers in poor communities. But have you ever had a hot dog for a meal? I mean, if you're like me and you have peers my age and your friends come over, that doesn't count. If you chop up the hot dog and add rice with it and zucchini, that doesn't count. That's too bourgeois. But what about, not the poor communities, but what about these nuclear families with 2 parents who make a combined $60,000 income? Where are the families who served these kids hot dogs for a real meal? Where are they? I just want to know. The message is, don't feed your kids hot dogs. And if you ever meet that tax bracket criteria and you do feed them, I want to know what happens. Here's the big thing, the big idea that you've been waiting for. This is it. Drunk driving, autonomous AI service for drunks, driven by robocarts to middle of city and then beaten. The beating is prepaid by the city, and it's a surprise. Next time you're on Uber and it gives you a free ride, I warned you.